kids, this is Clear.
And I'm Leechade. I mean, Heron.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening here.
Yes, last time was bourbon, now today it's Leechade.
There is actually like a Leechade drink that someone mixed up, and that's what he's having.
Yeah, it was the gourmet gaming website, and it's surprisingly tasty.
Nice. Except now health tonics won't do anything for you.
No, they won't, but I never needed them in the first place.
Yeah. Anyway, I kind of want to take one of the machete skills, because of our loadout, but turret surprise is going to be more useful.
By a kid with a machete and a mortar, you just keep on walking.
Yeah, you do.
So this is going to be interesting. First off, we need life wine, and we need Leechade.
Yes, we
need
do.
Were whiskey. These three drinks are going to make a very potent combo if we set up our machete just right. And we're going to be upgrading it to completion right now.
Yeah, I remember reading you mentioning this, and I was like, oh, how do you make the machete awesome?
Okay,
So
first
now
thing,
I see the secret.
The solid frame.
we're not upgrading our crit chance at all. We are totally upgrading our crit damage
Now
boosts,
that's what I call a knife.
but we're not upgrading the chance to actually crit at all.
No, because with War Whiskey you don't need it, right?
Exactly, and that lets us keep the damage over time and the... I still have no idea how exactly slowing or crippling
The
whatever
Heron
works,
swooped down from the east. At least now we know the way.
but we have that, so hey.
The Bastion.
Also, I totally forgot to do the Bastion info thing, apparently.
Once the highest point in the city. Too bad it wasn't finished before the calamity struck.
Okay. But no. What we're doing now is we're going to the Urzendra Gate, which is...
Zendra Gate used to lead down to the terminals.
It's the end
Now
game.
it leads up.
This is
to
where
the
the end game
stars.
starts.
How does it lead from down to up? I don't know. Ask the Ura.
Ask the Calamity and also the Aura, and not my dog. This would be a very inconvenient time for him to start screaming
One
at the door.
last shard. It's all
Dog
we
says
need
yip,
to
yip.
put this mess behind us.
Oh,
And
this
mother,
mission,
what a
I
mess it
vaguely
is.
remember this.
Yeah, this one's a little different from your average mission,
Been made by hand.
because it's not just going to be one single area. We're going through a bunch of areas, like day one,
Results of the calamity failed.
day two, etc.
That's right. The Ura
The Ura were such a pain to handle. I always had trouble figuring out how to deal with them.
Yeah, they're fast, they hit really hard, they have a whole bunch of different attacks that you really can't easily tell just by looking at them, because they look like people. Their only attack is their weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a lunkhead. You look at that and you're like, it's a giant frog thing with a stone face and it's gonna jump on my face.
So obviously you just roll past it and then shank its flank.
at the heart of the calamity.
That'd be the ideal thing to do. Or you can just
Like,
push
you
it off a
prefer the-
ledge.
We never wanted to go to war
That too.
again.
I love doing that. But we don't have weapons that are really suited for that right now. So this is gonna be fun.
Arf, long head time.
We also don't have any armor-piercing weapons, so... Also, Javel is still active, so that's why we're doing, like, no damage. Scratch that, we're doing lots of damage.
I forget what all the idols
Put a lot
do.
of focus
I
against that
only
problem.
went up to like 6, I think, and that was hard enough for me.
Spies.
Yeah, currently we're running, I think, with 6, actually. No, wait, 7. And Javel is the everything has twice its health.
Oh yeah, that one. That one made a lot of enemies in the end game very nasty.
Yeah, as you can see, normally the machete's damage is like, oh, it's like, what, 10 damage something? Doesn't care. With this, the machete though, as long as we're in Were Whiskey crit range, we're just throwing out like heavy hammer attacks with a single swing of the machete, and the machete swings fast. Look at that.
Yeah, like what, 3 times as fast? Almost 4
We sought
times?
solutions far beyond the city.
Of course, we were still losing because lunkheads are
Traveled near as
dicks,
far as the
but
kid's going right now.
The biggest of jerks. Their butts.
they're jerk butt dicks.
The thing that kind of always bothered me a little bit about this game, and I love this game, don't get me wrong,
Of course.
but it's when you take any amount of damage, you start getting this glaucoma, and it's too distracting for me. Like, even when you're just, like, a little bit damaged, your
Yeah, I can
vision
definitely
just
agree with
gets
that.
out.
Okay, I know there's going to be a couple dudes around here, so I want to use Turret Surprise to make things easier.
Turret Surprise is a good one.
Come here, buddy.
Also, I was going through your old videos, because I'm a terrible person and I should have done that earlier.
Oh, how
And
fell off.
people forget is that the machete isn't a melee weapon, it's a ranged weapon.
Normally, yes, it's much better as a ranged weapon than a melee weapon. This is how you make it work as a melee weapon, though.
Yeah, machete's tough, but I still like it. But you're definitely right about the whole issue about, especially with Javel, having just enough damage to
Most
pump
of our
out.
efforts didn't bear fruit.
Yeah, they
Machete.
just can't do enough damage. Well, unless you cheat and use damage over time and bonus crit damage, and then just do the 3-drink thing.
Yeah.
But that requires a lot of setup,
Then
and
there
really,
was breakthrough.
there are other ways to get that kind of cool damage output.
And you just returned how many fragments of Zealandia?
It was like, what?
50,000?
No, I think it's like 1,000, no, 13,000 or something. Something pretty high. Just throw out 1 billion crits. Can't stop me. I have a knife.
Also, according to certain people, the mortar is a melee weapon.
It totally can work as a melee weapon. It's just slow. It is at its fastest when it's a melee weapon, but
Then work for the Mancers.
there are other weapons I would usually prefer as melee weapons. Also, you need to have the final upgrade to make it not explode you in the face.
Oh, that's the final one? I thought it was like the third one.
Nope, it's the final one.
Oh, or you're such. Ah, haha, he deserved that, jerk.
Yes, he did. So,
With
like I
his
said,
help,
they all
the
have different
Lancers
weapons.
devised
That guy
ways
has
to
like
leave
a
the
spear or a
shut.
pike or something.
Flash.
Yeah, it was
runs up
definitely a
close to you.
pole arm.
Just
Yeah,
like
he
that,
runs up close,
every last
stabs you in
hero
the
of
face.
Tacitus
It hurts a lot.
will be gone.
You don't get to assassinate me. I have a knife.
Always have a knife under your pillow.
I guess the damage over time got him. But yeah, like a lot of people will think
That's
of the
pretty
machete.
powerful.
This
That
discovery was
poison,
never to be
man.
used, they said.
It's
Except
poison
as
on a
the
serrated
Masters
edge. That's
will.
gonna. It's, ow. Peckers!
Oh god, no, peckers! Also, I gotta say, I was the saddest when Ura attacked the Bastion and they killed my pecker pet. It was so cute. Why did you kill it, you bostages?
Because it was going and poking him in the eye and stuff.
Oh, stink eyes.
Yep. Those are not going to go away. They will remain in the endgame areas. Everything else from the wilds, we've seen the last of.
I still maintain that the Wilds was a bad place to introduce the Slinger pistols.
But
Yeah, I
Vanderbilt
agree with you on there.
manipulated. He had plans of his own.
Okay.
We're lucky to be alive.
I meant to do that. And now that I have Falling Malt, I can totally say I meant to do that and it'll be mostly true. Unless I traded away, I don't recall what I have aside from the critical 3. Oh well, doesn't matter. So yeah, we're gradually moving into the
Mancers' little science.
Higher
Ura
altitude.
homelands.
Set it to blow up
Yes.
in their faces.
Higher
Well, that's the
altitudes.
funny thing. Is that you're going to higher in altitude, but the Ura lived underground, didn't they?
Yes, but the Calamity changed everything. Everything changed when the Calamity attacked.
Imagine how Van must have felt.
Oh hey, you have a gun.
Pull that trigger.
Yeah, the gun ones are the hardest for me to deal with because I was never good at counter blocking,
Right.
like reflecting attacks with the shields.
I've been decent at it when I actually concentrate on it. But yeah, they're actually kind of annoying. I think it's like supposed to be a repeater or something. And there are a couple others we haven't yet seen, and we'll see them in later stages, but basically there are a lot of weapons.
And all annoying, especially when they run in packs, and that's why I use War Crime Atrocity weapon skills.
But remember,
You know the one I'm talking about.
Oh yes, Breaching Bullet.
everything. We just
That's
need
my
that
favorite.
shot.
I have
Because-
shot you, and now you are Boomer.
And so are your friends. Push him off! Push it off!
No. Nope, he ran away.
He fell off himself. Oh,
Nope, he just ran off.
Looks like they also heal.
Yeah, that's the Messiah. That's another item.
Oh, Messiah, that's right.
I don't think any enemies will heal naturally. But hey, here's the shard. Nope.
Too bad
There's our
we
shard
haven't
now.
Exactly been willing to collaborate on that front.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Anyway, yeah, here come the Rattletails. These are also going to be common in the following areas.
Rattletails aren't too bad to deal with.
They're just
It's when they're
annoying.
paired with other things.
Yeah, because they hide underground, and while they're underground, only explosions can hit them. Which is why so many people like the mortar, because it's really one of the best weapons in the game against them.
Yeah, exactly. I think I use the mortar especially for that.
For now, Kid had little choice.
Well, the machete isn't too bad,
Calamity left off.
because anything that deals damage over time is good against them too.
I imagine any damage over time is good against anything in this game if you can play the kiting game.
First
Totally.
things first, though.
Like, if you're good at
Yes,
kiting,
I
take a
need
bow,
to rest
give it
of
as
it.
much poison as you can, and who
Yeah.
cares what else, because it's just going to shoot straight through a line of dudes and poison them all.
Oh man, I love doing bow power shots. Those are the best. Which, how do you do power shots? Do you
It
watch
depends.
for the
Laura fell
kid's
back.
animation?
No doubt. planning to
Yeah,
get
he'll
to
kind
it.
of blink
But we knew
brightly a
ours
little bit
already.
just before it's about
Oh no, I'm not talking about the exactly the blinking, but like just the animation, like the motions.
Oh, yeah,
Like he'll kind of do like he'll have some tension before he actually does the
right. That's
power.
That's for
shot.
That's the
For
bow.
the
I'm
bow.
not sure if there's one for the machete. I think you just gotta rely on the blink for that. But it's got a constant timing no matter your upgrades.
The country,
Oh, it does. I
She's
thought it
all
changed
pieces
depending on
now. but still
attack
looking
speed.
Good.
like with the
Ah.
carbine, or
And the carbine, that one's easy because you got a nice visual indicator that way all over the screen.
yeah.
And yeah, so there are ways around it.
What about the mortar? Did you power shot with that much?
No one really does, I think, unless they exclusively use it as a ranged weapon, and no one does.
See, that's me. I use the mortar as a power shots, and I would always time it by the because I know how long it would take to get to its maximum range, and right before its maximum range, the screen would start to zoom out, and that's when the power shot would happen.
Right. Well, I'm Khalid, this is Heron, and that ankle gator just burrowed through thin air.
It's that powerful.